Hey, listen to me. I am so tired of this. It's all just too much.
What happened? Are you okay, Trisha? Something seems off. Did something happen? You've been a bit out of sorts today.
Well, yesterday, one of the seniors from my circle, the one who's always trying to get me involved in things, told me I had to go to this group date, and I ended up going because she insisted. I wasn't really interested in it, honestly. It wasn't my idea, but she kept saying how it would be a great experience for me, and I felt like I had to go. You know how it is when they give you that kind of pressure.
Oh, I see. So you went away, and what happened when you got there? Did it turn out the way you thought it would, or did something unexpected happen?
Well, there wasn't really anyone I could connect with, But the thing is, all of the guys were totally into me. It was like they couldn't take their eyes off me, and I wasn't sure if I liked it. Honestly, it got uncomfortable. And the worst part, the other girls at the table, they were giving me these looks like daggers. I could feel them glaring at me the whole time. I'm not even exaggerating. And then the senior, she just had to make a big scene and scold me, saying, "Don't let them bully you alone, Trisha, get a grip." I mean, you'd think she would have known what she was getting me into by inviting me, right? But no, she acted all innocent like it wasn't her fault. It was so awkward, and I felt like I was stuck in this mess. It was too much.
Oh, I get it now. It sounds so stressful. I can't even imagine how you must have felt, but I guess it's over now, right? You won't have to go to another one of those for a while.
You'd think so, right? But no. The same senior texted me later and invited me to another one next week. Can you believe it? She is relentless. And honestly, I'm starting to feel like I'm just being used. Like when I show up, it's supposed to make the guys more eager to join in, Like I'm some kind of prize or something. I don't even have time to deal with this stuff. I've got my own life, but she just keeps pushing me into it.
Why don't you just say no next time? Tell her you're busy or that you have something else planned.
I mean, I could do that, right? But then there's the thing about everyone else wanting to see me. I'm bored, yeah, but it's like when you're surrounded by people and they want to look at you. Like a beautiful flower in a garden. People want to admire it every once in a while, get a glimpse, and feel better. I guess I feel like I owe them that. When I get invited, I show up and I let them enjoy it. It's like an obligation, being the girl everyone wants to see. It's not as great as people think. It's exhausting, though.
I don't really get it, but I guess if it makes you happy, then I can't say much. It's your choice in the end, right?
Well, yeah, maybe, but you know what? I've been thinking about it, and I might stop going to these group dates soon anyway. Actually, there's someone I've started seeing. I don't know if I mentioned it, but yeah, there's someone I'm kind of into now.
Wait, seriously? Since when did that happen? You never told me about this person.
Oh, well, it's someone from the same university as me. We actually bumped into each other the other day, and when I walked past, he stopped me and told me that he'd fallen for me the moment he saw me. Can you believe that? He said it all so confidently, and I didn't know what to do at first. He asked me out right there, and honestly, I was kind of flustered, but after talking for a bit, I agreed to exchange phone numbers. Now he's been texting me every day, trying to win me over with all this sweet talk. I can't lie, I kind of like him too. I wasn't expecting it, but here we are, and I'm starting to think maybe I should give this a shot.
Oh, wow, I had no idea. Congratulations, though. So, what's he like? I'm dying to know more.
You actually know him too. Can you guess who it is?
Wait, what? I know him? Someone I know who would fall for you? This is a tough one. I'm not sure. Who is it?
It's Brett. The handsome guy from the law department. Yeah, he's the one.
What? Brett? Are you serious right now?
You do know him, right? You've seen him around.
Well, yeah, I know him, but wait, hold on. You're telling me that Brett is your boyfriend? No way, that's impossible. Are you pulling my leg?
I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. Brett's my boyfriend now. Every night he texts me telling me he loves me. He says I'm so much cuter than you. I know it might be hard for you to hear, but that's how it is.
No way. This has to be some kind of joke, right? Brett isn't like that. He's not the kind of guy who'd say that. You're lying.
Well, you know what? He just doesn't act the same around you, that's all. He can't be his true self when he's with you, but when it's just me and him, it's different. I'm the one he's choosing now.
Can't believe what I'm hearing right now. I mean, I haven't even broken up with Brett. He hasn't said a word about this to me. We're fine. He's never even mentioned you, so what's going on here? You must be mistaken. You and Brett? No way.
But it's true, though. We are dating. Actually, we've got our first date planned for this weekend at this cute cafe. It's going to be amazing. And you know what? Maybe one day Brett will decide he doesn't want to be with you anymore. It's bound to happen eventually. But hey, don't take it too hard, okay? It's not your fault. I mean, it's really just that I am too perfect for him to resist, you know? I'll let you know how our date goes. Anyway, I've got to go now. Bye-bye.
Wait, Trisha, hold on. Stop. What are you talking about? This can't be real. You have to be joking. Hey, Brett, did something happen with Trisha?
Huh? What do you mean? Did that girl say something to you?
That girl? Wait, is there something going on with her? Can you tell me more about what's going on?
Well, it was about a week ago. I was just walking around campus when suddenly she called out to me, and I remembered she was your friend, so I thought it'd be nice to chat with her for a bit. Then out of nowhere, she asked me for my phone number. And after that, from that very same day, she started sending me non-stop texts, like really late at night. I'd get messages until way past midnight. Recently, even in class, she's been texting me non-stop. And if I don't reply, she starts calling me until I pick up. I didn't know how to handle it at first, to be honest. It was kind of overwhelming.
Wait, what? That happened? Why didn't you tell me about this earlier?
I didn't want to worry you. I thought, well, you're her friend, so I wasn't sure if it would be appropriate to block her, and I didn't want to cause a scene. Honestly, I should have told you earlier, but I didn't want to make things worse. Sorry about that.
No, it's not about that, but wait, you didn't tell me this part. Trisha's been going around saying that she confessed to you and that you two are already dating. She even said that you have a date planned for the day after tomorrow.
What? No way! That's ridiculous. We didn't make any promises like that, and I'm definitely not dating her. I'm never gonna be with her no matter what. I don't even think she's my type, to be honest. Who would even go for someone like her?
Well, she keeps saying she's so popular and everyone's obsessed with her. She's acting like she can't handle all the attention.
Are you serious? That girl with that sticky, unkempt hair, she doesn't do any exercise, and she's got this constant belly showing because of how she slouches all the time. She doesn't even seem like she showers regularly, and her whole vibe is just, well, she's always in those ratty old sweatpants. Who would ever even think about being with someone like that?
But you know what she said? She told me she was the star of that group date you went on the other day. She said all the guys were completely captivated by her, that they couldn't stop paying attention to her.
Oh, that group date? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was actually pretty legendary in a way.
Legendary? What do you mean by that?
Well, you see, at that group date, the moment we all sat down, there was a whole situation that happened. Let me give you the rundown.
You won't believe this, but guess what? I went on the most amazing date with Brett yesterday. I honestly didn't expect it to go so well, but it was incredible. We just clicked, you know?
Oh, wow, really? Sounds like you had a good time. Glad to hear it.
Oh, please don't act all nonchalant about it. I know you're probably sobbing inside because, let's face it, he's my boyfriend now. Sorry if that stings.
Huh? What are you talking about? You're just going to rub it in my face like that?
No. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. But if you feel that way, it's okay. You can admit it. I know what it's like. Honestly, I get it. It's tough, right? Seeing someone take what you thought was yours. But don't worry, I'm not gonna gloat. I just wanted to share how amazing it was, that's all. I'm sorry, I really am if this is too much. But it happened, and now we're together. I mean, you knew it was bound to happen, right?
Well, it's fine, I guess. I mean, I'm not upset about it. Honestly, though, I think you're just lying to yourself. This whole thing just doesn't feel real to me.
Lie? What are you even talking about? I can't believe you're questioning this. You don't want to believe it, but Brett is mine, okay? We're officially together, and nothing you say is going to change that. It's like, finally, right? It took us a while to get here, but he's made it clear. He's not interested in anyone else. He said it himself. He told me I was what he needed. You have to accept it. You don't have a choice.
Wait, so you really went on a date with Brett yesterday? After all this time?
Yes, and it was incredible. We went to this super stylish cafe. The place was beautiful, soft lighting, cozy seats, and the atmosphere was just perfect. Brent was so attentive, so sweet. He was so into me. I felt like I was the only girl in the world. It was one of those moments where you just know. We were just together. It felt so real. I don't know how to explain it. It was our moment. It was perfect.
That's strange, because Brett was with me yesterday, the entire day. He didn't mention you once. You sure you didn't just dream up this perfect date?
Wait, what? You're saying, what? Are you serious right now? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that Brett and I spent the whole day together. You know, at the bar, at our regular spot, just hanging out. I have photos to prove it. We even shared drinks, laughed a lot. You didn't think I wouldn't know, did you? You really think Brett would go out with you while we were together?
Wait, what? That doesn't make sense. How can you say that? Brett and I were texting all night. He told me he was thinking about me. He said he couldn't wait to see me again. That's why I'm so sure we're together. I don't believe you.
Really? Because it sounds like you're just convincing yourself. Here's the truth, Jess. He wasn't with you. He was with me at the bar, and it was a real date. You're the one lying here, not me. But don't worry, I'll show you. See? It was real. It's not something I'm making up.
What? No way. That's just impossible. You're lying. That's not even Brett. No way. I can't believe you. You're so full of it. I'm not going to let you drag me down like this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I offend your fantasy? It's cute how you keep pretending, but let's be real here. I'm not the one who's delusional. You're living in a dream world where you think you can just take whatever you want. But you can't, Jess. It's not working like that. He's not yours. He's mine. And deep down, you know it.
You don't understand. I am the one everyone wants. I am beautiful. I am better than everyone else, and that's how it's always been. And I don't care what you say. He's mine now. No matter what you think, it doesn't change that.
Oh, please. I'm so tired of hearing this. You really think you're better than everyone else? You honestly believe that just because you think you're pretty, you can treat people like garbage? That's the part you don't get. Looks aren't everything. And it's your attitude that makes you unbearable. You're rude, you're entitled, you think the world owes you something. That's why people can't stand you. Not because you're beautiful, but because you're toxic. And guess what? Brett doesn't want that.
No, you have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not toxic. I'm amazing. I'm worth it. And if you can't see that, then that is your problem. But I'm not going to sit here and let you tell me I'm anything less than perfect. You just want to tear me down because you're jealous. You can't stand that I'm happy that he chose me, not you.
No, Jess, I'm not jealous. I'm honestly just tired of you hurting people. You think you're the center of the universe, but you're not. Brett's tired of you too. In fact, he's been blocking you. His friends too. They all just want you to leave them alone. He doesn't need you, and he certainly doesn't want you. That's the truth, and you'd better accept it.
No, you can't just do this to me. I'm supposed to be the one they want. I'm the one everyone's supposed to look at. I deserve to be the one in the spotlight, not you. Why isn't anyone listening to me? Why can't everyone just do what I say?
Because that's not how life works, Trisha. You can't force people to care about you. You can't make them see you the way you want them to. You can't take people's attention by acting like an entitled, selfish brat. And the worst part? You're blind to your own flaws. You think you've got everything figured out, but really? You're just isolating yourself more and more. And it's only a matter of time before you push everyone away.
You're wrong. You're all just jealous of me. I'm better than you all. I should be the one everyone loves. I'm not going to change for anyone. And you can't stop me.
I'm done with this, Trisha. You can scream and yell all you want, but it's not going to change anything. You're just digging your own grave. So go ahead, keep acting like the world revolves around you, but don't come crying when it all falls apart. I'm blocking you. For good this time. After everything that happened, I made the decision to block Trisha's phone number and all of her social media accounts. I didn't want any further communication with her, not after everything she had done. I had already tried to be patient and understanding with her, but after all the manipulative behavior and the way she had treated not just Brett, but others around her, I couldn't justify letting her continue to be a part of my life. It wasn't just about protecting myself anymore. It was about cutting ties with someone who had crossed too many lines. Trisha had always had a certain way of manipulating people to get what she wanted, but when it came to her interactions with men, it seemed to reach new heights. She was relentless, messaging men she barely knew and forcing them into conversations they didn't want to have, just like what she had done with Brett. It was disturbing to watch, and I couldn't understand how she thought this kind of behavior would be acceptable. She wasn't just pursuing attention, she was actively pushing people into uncomfortable situations, demanding responses from them, whether they wanted to engage or not. The way she harassed Brett was just the beginning, and I was horrified to realize that it wasn't an isolated incident. From what I had heard, Trisha didn't seem to learn from her past mistakes. Instead of trying to change her approach, she repeated her behavior, trying to get the same reactions from other people. But the more people she tried, the more isolated she became. The other students at the university caught on to what she was doing, and before long, she had alienated almost everyone around her. When you keep pushing people away, eventually there's no one left to turn to, and that's exactly what happened to Trisha. I'm sure it wasn't easy for her. No one likes to be ignored or rejected, but she had brought it upon herself. She kept reaching out, trying to interact with people who weren't interested in her behavior, and yet she couldn't seem to understand why they weren't responding. I remember hearing stories from others who had been on the receiving end of her harassment. They'd tell me how uncomfortable they felt when she approached them out of nowhere, demanding their attention. Some of them even said they tried to be polite at first, but as the days went on, it became clear that she wasn't just interested in casual conversation. She was after something more, and she wasn't going to stop until she got it. I think, eventually, the constant rejection started to take its toll on Trisha. Her need for attention seemed to overshadow everything else, and it became clear that she was no longer just trying to form connections. She was trying to fill some deep-seated void within herself. When people keep shutting her down, I imagine it must have felt like a punch to the gut every single time. But that's the thing about trying to force connections. They're never genuine. And in the end, she was left feeling more alone than ever. As her attempts to reach out continued to be ignored, Trisha's behavior grew even more erratic. It wasn't long before she stopped showing up to class altogether. It was as if she had given up completely. Maybe she had finally realized that no one was going to take her seriously anymore. Or maybe she had just reached a breaking point where the constant isolation became too much for her to bear. Whatever the reason, Trisha disappeared from the university scene, no longer a part of the social dynamic she had once tried so hard to insert herself into. I didn't know what to think when I heard that Trisha had stopped coming to campus. Part of me felt relief. At least I wouldn't have to deal with her anymore. The thought of not having her constantly lurking around or trying to invade my space was a welcome change. But at the same time, I couldn't help but feel a twinge of sadness. I didn't want to feel sorry for her, but I couldn't deny that it was hard to not wonder what had happened to her. She had pushed so many people away, but underneath all of that, she was still a person. What had driven her to this point? Was she really okay? Or was this just the beginning of a deeper downward spiral? I think a part of me wanted to believe that Trisha could change, that she could somehow learn from her mistakes and come to understand why her actions had hurt so many people. But another part of me realized that she wasn't interested in change. She was stuck in a pattern of behavior that she couldn't break free from, and as long as she kept trying to manipulate and control her environment, she would never be able to form real, meaningful relationships with anyone. It's strange because for a while I had thought that maybe we could work things out. Maybe I could help her see the error of her ways, or at the very least, we could find a way to coexist without all the drama. But after everything that happened, I realized that some people just aren't capable of change. Not until they're ready to take responsibility for their actions and recognize the harm they've caused. And unfortunately, Trisha wasn't there yet. Eventually, the news that she had stopped coming to class seemed to spread throughout the university. Some people were concerned, wondering what had happened to her, while others were simply glad that the chaos had finally quieted down. There was no longer the constant fear of what she might do next, no longer the uncertainty of whether she would harass someone else or create another scene. For those of us who had been directly affected by her behavior, it was a welcome break. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.